Hello and welcome to StarMade. This ship might look, well, it looks a bit strange. Perhaps it would help you understand what it is supposed to be if I look at it from this perspective. Yes, this is the ship from FTL, the first ship you start with, the Kestrel. It even is called the Kestrel. I've started building a kind of replica of it in StarMade, and it's really supposed to be as much as possible a replica. And I want to focus on this ship being about crew and barely surviving than anything else. So it's not really balanced for StarMade. It's not really balanced like most StarMade ships. It's quite a bit weaker. Most of it is interior. There's very little space on the sides. In fact, there's actually nothing in it, no systems right now, except, well, technically, I mean, there's power capacitors and cameras, and those are temporary because I was marking out where the things would go if it was in FTL. Like, this is the weapons room, there's the O2 stuff, here's the engines layout, you know. So I'm mapping it out like it was the default configuration for the Kestrel. Oh, okay. Just making sure those are rocks because it's kind of hard to tell on this background. They look a bit red, and I don't want to be attacked by pirates right now, especially because this thing has no shielding. Shielding would go in this room. I think this is the shield room. Yeah, this is the shield room. Yeah, this is the shield room, and that's the med bay. This is sensors? Yeah, sensors, and then that's door. This would be hacking if it was installed. The cameras are where you could have optional installed systems and are normally blank rooms, and the power capacitors are where you'd have stuff. And this is, you know, the cockpit. And that's really right up against the front of the ship. So I'm trying to make it as small as possible while sticking to the form of FTL. And it's really not designed for use in StarMade as a ship against the other ships in StarMade. Really, what I'd like to do with this, ultimately, is with a combination of rules and/or mods, I'd like to make it possible to have basically a bastardized form of FTL within StarMade. So you have like a small crew, you're going system to system, or sector to sector in this case, because the smaller ones are sectors, the bigger ones are systems, and you have this surprised-looking engine. And yeah, the bottom isn't done yet. Of course, this is for my construction project series, and so those always come in pieces, and it's not done right now. And there's also this bit, which I'm going to make traversable, which is going to be cool. Basically, I want to make it so that it also kind of follows the FTL thing, where when it starts out, like the default blueprint is actually going to have a lot of blank spaces in it where you could install something, and you're supposed to install something if you get the parts to, but like by default, like it's gonna have minimal engine shielding, minimal shielding, minimal engine power, minimal jump power, minimal, what's the other thing? Some minimal weapons attached on the sides, and basically if you want more, you have to add it yourself or upgrade things, and I just think it's a cool concept to try to do that. Let's go ahead and look at inside here. So you can see the majority of it is interior. There is a little bit of extra space in here for me to put in some background systems. Like there's going to be some shielding and power in here. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to lay it out yet. I know that I want to try to avoid having extra doors and things inside that aren't part of the actual like FTL, the Kestrel actual design. But I think I'm going to have a few. And basically those are like access ways to where you can get into these little spaces that aren't part of the interior to fill in with more weapons or shielding or power or what have you. Basically, like I said, I want the ship to start out kind of as a whole with a little of basically a hole with some systems attached. And then later on you can make it, quote, formidable. It's not really going to be formidable. It's not balanced for StarMade. It's too much interior, not enough systems, but it would be formidable against, well, FTL-inspired ships if anyone else made ships kind of the same way, or if I later on make some of the other ships, which I might do. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's what I started working on yesterday when I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 4 a.m. No, not yesterday. This morning. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, and I could not fall back asleep, and I was like, well, I guess I'll play StarMade for a while, and I'll start working on this. And I've done all of this in about 2 hours since I woke up this morning, which is actually pretty impressive in my opinion, because I've tried working on this, well, not tried, I've thought about working on this for a while, but never actually got able to start, and now I finally have, excuse me, and now I finally have, and it's really nice to be able to actually do that. And I really like the design. I really am liking this. I'm later on going to make another version of this, I think, where I'm going to strip out the interior and kind of build a custom interior so that it's more of a StarMade ship and less of an, well, it's an FTL-inspired StarMade ship, because I think that would be really cool to do in the future. For now, though, thanks for watching. As always, see you in space.